I'm thinking of buying a rowboat, or maybe a punt.
This place seems familiar.
Good day to you.
Henry, look. I spent the happiest years of my life in this forge. It's such a shame to see the old place just left. Henry! Stop that. Come on, we still have to go to the market.
Looking for something, lad?
I was just...
You won't find nothing here no more. Let's move along.
Forgive me. It's just that... I remember this forge from my childhood. When I was a boy, my pa, Martin, brought me here.
Wait, Martin? My husband had an apprentice called Martin. That was your pa?
He was my stepfather, but he raised me as his own.
That doesn't surprise me. Even as a lad, I could tell his heart was in the right place. How's he doing?
Unfortunately, he died.
I'm sorry to hear that. My God, Martin's adult son? Time really does fly.
He told me back then he spent the best years of his life here.
Aye, aye. Those were good times, true enough. What's your name, lad?
Henry.
I'm Magdalene. It's a pleasure, Henry. Care to come inside for a chat? I've a fresh pot of soup on the stove if you're hungry.
I can't refuse an offer like that.
Glad to hear it. Come with me, then. I'm glad you like it.
Just like Ma used to make.
Back when your pa used to apprentice here, my Skodder's forge was the finest in Kuttenberg. Only then out of the blue he fell ill and I lost him. Everything's been downhill since then. His apprentices left and the blacksmith's guild couldn't decide who to assign the forge to. Before they could make a decision, the forge's attic burnt down. I was visiting my sister in Visselkar at the time. She's with the Lord now too, poor thing. I was left here all alone, on jointure. This room is the only one that stayed unscathed for the most part.
Did Martin really not want to take over his own forge?
He was just a lad at the time, and taking over a forge is no easy feat. The guild has its own rules and who to assign it to.
How did the forge's attic burn down?
How do you think? Someone set it ablaze. Hard to say if it was just some brats or those good-for-nothings from the hole. That's the watering hole next door. But it doesn't matter now, they never caught anyone. All that came of it is that nobody's wanted the forge for 20 years. But look at me rambling on. I'm sure you're not interested in the rantings of some old crone.
I am interested.
It's kind of you to say that. I keep trying to explain to the guild that it's not a lost cause. We just need someone who will bring this place back up. But it's like talking to a stone wall year after year. The guildmasters are too worried about their own business to listen to me. But I'm convinced if we were to find a talented blacksmith, the workshop could be as beautiful as a chapel, like when my old Skoda used to run it.
I could be that blacksmith.
You're a blacksmith? Like your pa? Christ, of course you are. I should have known. It only makes sense after all.
I can get my hands on some coin. And you're right, such a famous forge shouldn't be left to fall by the wayside.
If you were to take it over, that would be wonderful. Only you'll have to talk to the guild about it first. They make the rules. I reckon Master Bushek the Elder has the most common sense when it comes to this place. He might be able to help. He has an armourer's workshop in the town hall quarter. Hopefully he'll hear you out. But be warned, from what I know, the guild is careful not to let anyone that isn't from a blacksmithing family into their ranks. So don't mention Martin wasn't your birth father. It would only hurt your chances.
Thanks for the tip. I won't say a word. Thanks for the soup.
Good luck to you, Henry.
Blessings.
Excuse me?
Lord be with you. What do you need?
This could...
Good day to you. It's good to see you, lad. Great. You made a fine purchase.
What...
Thank you. And a good...
Master Bushek,
Aye?
I'm Henry of Skalitz. I'm interested in Master Skoda's old burnt-down forge. I spoke to his widow, Magdalena, about it.
For Christ's sake. She didn't pull you in off the street, did she? The mad old crone?
Well, more or less.
Old age must be sad. All I can tell you about the forge is the same thing I tell Magdalena when she bothers me about it. Even getting the building back into its original state would mean pouring a fortune into it.
I'd take care of the money.
Aye, but only a member of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild can work the trade around here. And you're not a member.
Could I join the guild?
It's not that simple. The guild is a private society made up of Kuttenberg burghers, and the other masters aren't too trusting when it comes to outsiders. So I reckon they won't be too keen on the idea.
How could I convince them?
That's hard to say. But maybe you'll make a good impression. But first, you'll be required to meet 3 conditions.
Which are?
First, you have to come from a respectable family. Second, you have to have blacksmithing experience. And third, you'll have to compete the guild trial. Tell me, blacksmith, what sort of family do you come from? And what's your work experience?
Not only do I come from a respectable family, but a blacksmith's family too. You probably knew my father.
Oh? Where would I know him from?
From here. His name was Martin, and he used to be old Skoda's apprentice.
Wait, Martin? Your pa is Frisky Martin?
Frisky?
Aye, of course, Frisky. We used to call him that because, well, that doesn't matter. How's he doing these days?
I'm afraid he's no longer with us. He was killed during the raid on Skalitz.
Christ. I'm very sorry to hear that. When I knew him, he seemed like a good bloke and quite a talented swordsmith. Some of the masters were good friends of his. They were the same age at that time. To tell you the truth, that will likely affect your chances as a contender. As Frisky's son, you'll have a great opportunity to make an impression. So you'd better make the most of it.
Well, as far as experience, I helped at my father's forge. We made a sword for Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dvorets together.
Kobila, eh? The royal hetman. Is there any way for you to prove it?
I'd be happy to get his word in writing, if need be.
No need. I'll trust you. But if the other masters happen to ask, be ready for anything. It seems answering questions about your family and experience won't give you trouble. Now for the most important part. Are you ready for the guild trial?
What does the guild trial involve?
The guild trial consists of a verbal exam and a practical exam. First, you'll have to answer a few tricky questions from my colleagues. And after that, you'll forge a sword to the best of your abilities right before their eyes. Of course, the trial comes at a small fee for each try. Well then, do you feel up to it?
What does the verbal exam entail?
In short, all the basics every good blacksmith should know. Can you read, at least a little?
I can. Quite well, in fact.
Glad to hear it. Everything you need to know is neatly laid out in this handbook on blacksmithing. And for a small fee, I'd be happy to sell it to you.
I'm interested in the handbook.
Here it is. You won't regret it.
I'm not ready for it yet.
Then go and brush up. And no slacking. My young apprentice said there was some sort of commotion when I wasn't here.
Aye. What?
Well, aren't you going to tell me what happened?
There was some...
God bless you.
Hear ye, hear ye! Hear tidings of what is happening in our city! Just as two royal brothers are fighting over this kingdom, so two other brothers are quarreling
Good day
in
to you.
Gutenberg. Brothers in Christ! Ever since the Sedlets monastery was founded, the city has come under the malign.
About the guild trial.
Yes?
I'm ready.
Great. But I'm afraid we're not. It will take some time to get things ready. We'll meet tomorrow at noon below the astronomical clock on the square. I'll take you to the Guild Forge, where the trial will take place. And one more thing. If you'd like, you can wait for the trial here. Just say the word. But first, I reckon you should take a look in that handbook.
I'd like to wait here for the trial.
Very well, then. We have plenty of room.
Should we get going?
I believe it's high time. Don't even bother looking at that old clock of ours. It's been stuck for 30 years. It seems all the other masters are looking forward to what Frisky's son can do. You'd better make a good impression. Come now, the Guild Forge isn't far. We'll just pass through the lower market and we're there. Did you get a chance to study the handbook?
Of course.
Mind if I test your knowledge a bit along the way? What's the final step before a workpiece is finished?
Quenching, of course.
Excellent. A workpiece has to be quenched and tooled for it to become hardened. I have one more question for you. Why do blacksmiths whistle while they're hammering?
To keep rhythm.
Exactly. It's so they can keep rhythm. Wonderful. It seems you really did prepare. I reckon the others have a lot to look forward to. A good blacksmith should never stop learning. That too is important to our guild. I have a number of designs of my armor smithy that I collected on my travels throughout the kingdom. It's quite a unique collection.
Now you're gonna get it!
I'm happy to share it with others. Stop by any time. Learn to make something new. Your customers will surely appreciate it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Your trial still awaits. Just a little further now.
God bless you.
Shall we begin?
He doesn't.
I'm ready. We can begin.
Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmiths Guild, let me introduce the newest adept of the Master's Trial, Henry of Skalitz.
So, this is old Frisky's lad. I can hardly believe it.
Aber I do not see much of a resemblance.
Vielleicht ein wenig.
I do not see it.
Aye, aye. Frisky here, frisky there. All that talk about not taking in outsiders. And now you've gone and flipped it all around.
Martin was a good bloke and an excellent swordsmith. If Henry here is anything like him, he'd be a welcome addition to the guild.
Genau.
Look, I didn't know this frisky fella of yours. I'm more interested to see what the lad can do than who his pa was.
We'll see what he can do shortly. Just to be clear, let me repeat what the trial entails. In the first part, the verbal examination, he will receive 3 questions. He must answer all 3 of them correctly in order to pass. If he makes a single mistake, this part of the exam is considered failed, and he won't get a chance to correct himself. After the verbal examination comes the practical one, where our adept skills will be tested.
And if he is successful, he'll become one of us.
Let's begin with the first part of the trial. Who would like to ask Henry the first question?
Tell me, mein Anhänger, what is the Farbe of a correct heated workpiece?
Straw yellow.
That's correct.
Wunderbar.
Let's move on to the second.
I'd like to ask Henry if sparks while forging are a good or bad sign.
That depends. When you're hammering the piece, it's a good sign. But when you're heating it up, it's a bad one.
Correct?
I knew you wouldn't be fooled.
Last question.
Say, Heinrich, how can you tell you have made progress on your workpiece?
By the shape.
That's right.
Correct.
You answered all three questions correctly. Now, just to complete the practical exam, Henry, your task will be to forge a guild sword right in front of our eyes. Here's the design for it, as well as the materials. I'm sure you know what to do with them.
Viel Glück. Let's see what you can do, young Frisky.
Let's see then.
Komm
schön.
Let's see then.
Jetzt vorsichtig.
Konzentrieren!
Take a look at that.
Nothing special so far.
Genau!
Oof. Just like Martin.
What's next?
Good. This won't take long now.
Look at that. Nearly there now.
Stärker!
Komm schön.
It looks like the lad has a firm grip.
All done?
Let's see what you made. Excellent, Henry. Good work. I'm glad you didn't disappoint. Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmith's Guild, Henry of Skalitz has successfully completed the trial. Let us head for the guild hall for the acceptance ceremony. After successfully fulfilling all requirements, I'm proud to announce our guild has grown by a new member. Approach Henry of Skalitz. Kneel. Swear for the first time on your honor and by God Almighty that you will defend the interests of the Blacksmiths Guild of Kuttenberg.
I swear.
Swear for the second time that you will protect all secrets entrusted to you by the Guild.
I swear.
And swear for the third time that you will always act honestly and God-fearingly to spread the esteem of our Guild among the people.
I swear.
Now hang your Guild sword next to those of the other masters. Go on, do it! Welcome to the Guild, Henry. It's now up to you to say a few words.
I'm following in my father's footsteps. Even as a lad, when I watched him by the forge, I wanted to be just like him. A real master blacksmith. Today, thanks to you, my dream has come true. And here in Kuttenberg, where Pa spent the best years of his life, I like to think he'd be proud of me.
He would be, without a doubt. In any case, from this day forward, Henry is to take over Skoda's forge and repair it. He therefore acquires the right to use it with one obligation, and that is the accommodation of the widow Magdalena. The guild rents her jointure after the death of her husband. That will be your responsibility now, Henry.
That won't be for much longer anyway.
She's a kind woman. I'll be happy to help her.
We'll see about that, once she goes poking her nose into everything at the forge.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Henry. But like all hard work, the results will surely be worth it. The ceremony is now over.
You're still waiting for.
I told you he'd make it.
Careful.
Who's there? Leave that door alone, will you?
God bless.
I apologize.
We need to talk.
Greetings. I'll be with you.
I'll have a look at...
Thank you. Why are you showing that off? Pathetic. Very good.
I'll have...
Pleasure doing business. Take care.
I'm sorry.
We've got enough to go around.
Good news. I gained the right to use the forge.
Wonderful. Finally, we can make some progress here. I'm just worried that once you see the mess inside, you'll turn on your heel and run.
Why would I run?
I'm just joking. But make no mistake, you're in for some hard work. The house will have to be cleared out first before you can do anything else. The forge, as well as the floor above. Clear the rubble, put it in sacks, take it outside to the wagon, pick up the things laying around, sweep the floors. There's much to do, and I'm afraid I won't be of much help. My back isn't what it used to be. One bad move and I'll stay hunched over like an old crone.
I'm sure I can manage.
I hope so. Looks like you have some strong hands and that you're not all thumbs. But first you'll have to get inside. The entrance from the street is blocked. A beam collapsed.
I'll figure it out. I wonder what's in store for me here. This looks like it was an apprentice's room. Ooh. Oh, Christ, that's heavy. Whew.
Carrying those heavy sacks up and down the stairs. I couldn't handle it.
still use these materials. I'll have to open this gate from the other side. You've got to be kidding me. Whew. Ooh. Now just to put it in a sack and take it to the wagon. One sack after another.
My lord, it's even worse than I thought in here. Those sure look heavy.
Some of this is bound to come in handy. Good as new, I suppose. What's this? It has Martin's mark on it. I'll have to ask Magdalena.
My word, you really are a handy lad. And hard-working too. I like to see that. You see this, Skoda? Your forge is finally in good hands.
I found this. The mark Martin used to use is on it. Do you know what it could be?
Aye, that looks like one of the sketches for that grand project of theirs. They always met up in the evenings after work. All hush-hush, and over something so silly, no less.
Why did they meet up?
Because of the broken astronomical clock on the Rathaus Tower. Back then, the city officials decided they wanted it fixed, so they asked the masters of the guild to propose a solution. Your pa got all excited about it, then got my old Skoda involved, along with that other apprentice that was here. What was his name? Such a timid, quiet lad. Sakra. Oh, I can't recall, but I remember they did some work on it, but the city ended up changing its mind.
They blew it off?
Not at all. They brought in some Italians, all the way from Padua or whatever it's called. And how do you think that turned out?
They fixed it?
They made a right mess of it. It was a terrible disgrace. The Italians ended up running off along with the money. There was no money left for the repairs, and there still isn't. So the clock is still broken. I remember when it still used to chime. But what can you do? Better to discuss what you want to do with this place.
I want to spruce this whole place up.
All right, then. Come, I'll show you something. This was Skoda's table. He was always sketching something, planning repairs. He could stand here for hours. It was his favourite spot. And now it's yours.
It's an honor.
I think there's just one thing left to do. You have to put up a shop sign. So your customers know where to go, right? Have a look at the plans here. Good work, Henry. I didn't think I'd see this fire going ever again.
We'll get this place up and running again.
Now that you're officially open, why don't you forge something for me?
What do you need?
Nothing difficult. My old axe broke. It served me for many years, even after he died. Only now it's all worn down and crooked, so it's not good for chopping.
Why didn't you get a new one in all those years? Someone from the guild would surely be happy to make you one. Probably for free.
I don't need their chat. Besides, if you're even half as talented as your pa was, this should be child's play to you, no?
Of course. You can count on me.
And don't forget to sharpen it too. I can't chop with a dull axe.
Sorry to ask you this, but what did your husband die of?
That's just it. No one could tell me. It all came on so suddenly. He started coughing terribly. Grew weak, lay down, and never got up. It wasn't the plague, but just as cruel.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What can you do? That's life, lad.
Would you tell me something about Martin?
Gladly. What would you like to know?
What was Martin like when he was young?
He was a well-mannered boy. I didn't know him outside the forge, but by all accounts, he was quite a rascal. Word was, he never missed a chance for mischief. He was always betting on something. Even tried it on with my Skoda. He eventually talked him into a wager. I don't even remember what for. That he'd leap the brook down on Bach. He took a long pole and said he'd vault right over. It seemed like a clever idea, but the pole snapped in two, and poor Martin plunged straight into the water. Skoda called him Frisky from that day on.
How did you get along with Martin?
He was no trouble. Ate whatever I cooked, helped out now and then when it was needed. He was a bit like a son to me, really. Although, he never wanted to talk about his family, where he was born, where he came from. No one could get it out of him.
Why did he end up leaving Kuttenberg when things were going so well for him here?
If only I knew. One day he was still here, comforting me, saying everything would be all right. And the next day, he was gone. Didn't even take his things. I asked after him at the guild, but no one wanted to say anything. I often wondered if he'd got himself into trouble somehow. But I never did find out what it might, and I doubt we ever will.
How was he at the trade?
Better than good. He wasn't a complete beginner when he came. He'd trained under another master first. I can't recall where from. I think he brought a few sketches with him, which he showed Skoda, and the two of them tried to work something out. He wanted to become a swordsmith, and it showed. He really cared about mastering the craft. He spent a lot of time at it. My husband praised him for being able to think for himself from the very beginning. And he didn't hand out praise lightly. Let me tell you that.
I noticed your brooch. It's really lovely.
It's a nightingale. Skoda made it for me for our first anniversary. I used to sing while I worked. And he'd always say, "My little nightingale."
It's a real master.
It's mainly a keepsake now. Not much of his is left. Just that old axe. And an axe doesn't make the best love token.
It's as cold as a dog's snout. Well, this one's gonna need some more work. Good. This won't take long now. Good. That looks finished. That should do it. I have that axe you wanted.
Wonderful. Let's see. My word. This is really great work, Henry. Your customers will be tripping over each other to buy your products. Just be warned. People here in the city care more about the quality of work than in the countryside. If something is shoddy, they'll notice it right away. So, if you mess up a piece while forging and it ends up being low quality, it's best to just make a new one. All right?
All right.
Word will spread soon enough that locals don't have to go to the city to have something forged. And you'll have your first customers. Everyone around here knows me, so sometimes they might come to me with orders. I did the same for my husband back then. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Glad to hear it.
As long as it doesn't bother you.
Why would it? On the contrary, I'll help out around the house, and I'll be happy to help with this too. I don't get out much, so I... Oh, and one more important thing. You can also sell pieces you forge on your own, without anyone ordering them. There's a storeroom past the left door under the archway on the street, where you'll find a chest you can put products in, and I'll do my best to sell them. Here's the key to the chest. I'll hold onto the money for the products for you, so feel free to ask any time.
You've taken on quite the workload, Magdalena.
I don't mind. All the movement keeps me young. In the meantime, you can focus on getting in good with the guild.
What do you mean, getting good?
The guildmasters are an eclectic bunch. They all like different things. It would be best if you try to be on good terms with everyone. They'll appreciate you and you'll forge... For example, Boris of Brod loves nothing more than rolling dice. If you offer him a game at the Guildhall, I'm sure he won't refuse. He used to be one of your pa's best friends. He might even tell you about some of their misadventures.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Oh, yes, you do. Don't lie to yourself.